Everybody, Ralph Havens here, and just about to go for my run on a Friday and then hang out with my dudes, Ben and Baden. And we had a big scare this week, really big scare. And I don't want to divulge too much of the details because it's kind of private, but we had a really big scare. And Ben said, let's don't talk about it anymore because it was freaking him out. So I'm going to just let it go at that. But it scared me when I heard what had happened, and it really brings home the thing of like what's really important, what's really important. And you know, Dr. Seuss has that book, The Thinks You Can Think. He was so good about dialing in what's important, and you can learn a lot from Dr. Seuss. The thing is, you know, my Qigong teacher years ago, and it's a mantra, part of a mantra that I do before I do my Qigong. There's a whole series of things that he said, and he used to tell us, Ming Tangu, that in the East, you would do all your forms, your exercises, your Qigong for years. And then the master would whisper something in your ear, and it was like the secret. And the secret of the universe, the secret of Qigong, the secret of energy, the secret of healing. And then you knew it, and then you did it. It was like, oh my God. But in the West, everybody wants something really fast. So he said, I'm going to just give you everything. But the problem is you're going to hear it and you're going to not even realize it. And, you know, it took me 17 years to realize some of the stuff he had been telling me was the secrets of the universe, like how to access energy and space and source and have changes in your life for your health and your abundance and your life. And another one of my teachers more recently said the reason people don't do this super cool process that clears stuff out, that makes things better, that can change the world, that can change yourself. The reason most people don't do it is because it's so simple. And so what, you know, one thing that's been, Eckhart Tolle talks about, a cool thing to do is to just ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. And then just go looking for it. You know, years ago, I spent $250 for this technique from this guy. I studied a lot of his stuff, because he had he made a lot of money, and he had figured out a lot of stuff and how to create your own realities and stuff. So I studied his stuff and bought a lot of his stuff. And he had a technique for $250, the Enlightenment Technique. So I bought it, and it was a little PDF, little ebook, and then one sentence to tell yourself whenever troubles arose. And what he was trying to do is help you change your perspective and get more of a God perspective of how things are whenever troubles came up. But he was trying to do it with your mind, like trying to make you think differently. And the problem with thinking is, like Dr. Seuss says, the thinks you can think. It's like your mind has all these thoughts. Where are these thoughts coming from? And most of them are the same thoughts over and over again. And it's a lot of the same thoughts that everybody else has. And they're not very useful. In fact, they're pretty unproductive. They're like destructive for the most part. And so Ming Tong, my Qigong master, says, where your mind goes, energy flows. It's like, holy crap, there's a lot of energy going to really bad thoughts. And so, you know, when this thing happened this week that was very close to devastation for us, I'm like, okay, what's really important? And where do I want to put my thoughts and my energy? But you can't just control, from what I found, your thoughts. It's like they just keep coming. If you try to resist them, they come even more. And so it's not about trying to resist them. So what I found is there's another way to do this. And, you know, what I was looking for was a spiritual truth a while back. And I decided to start really clearing the path to not be in my thoughts about the past or the future, but to be not even in my thoughts about the present moment, but just to notice my life in this moment. And it's, it's stuff that a lot of people have heard, be here now and in the now and power of now. But it's like, if you try to do it here, I found it doesn't really work at all. In fact, it's pretty destructive. And so what I was thinking was, what would it be like to be free of all the efforting and trying and striving? And it's like, oh my God, the tension would go down and peace would come up. But that was still in my mind. So I started doing a way to do this letting go of thoughts and noticing what is. And it's been pretty cool. It goes right to those whole principles of stillness is the key, and silence is my secret, and the space between the spaces, and notice what you notice. All these words. And we know that a mind that's concentrated on a good outcome, a powerful thing, a goal, has a greater likelihood of achieving it than one that's thinking about the problems of the world and the problems of that and what might happen and what did happen and who's to blame and who's wrong and all these judgments. That, your mind going there, a lot of energy going there, that's not good. But how do you stop it? So what I found was a way to do it. And what I found is it's in every spiritual tradition, but it's so simple that most people miss it. And most people won't do it even when they hear it. And so with my one-on-one clients, we go deep and we keep on it, and they get it. And they start to see lots of changes. We've got these 2 success stories recently from 2 families that were huge. But the thing is, they did the work. And I was thinking, how can we do this for more and more people? Because I can't see everybody one-on-one. Right now, I'm considering bumping it up, but right now I see 9 people at a time. But right now what I'm talking about is I found a way to get a whole bunch of the stuff that I do for my one-on-one clients and my group clients and for myself, and put it all in a module, one module. And I thought, well, let's make it where everybody can get it. But I thought, we can't just give it to people for free because they won't do it. They just won't do it. And it won't be important enough. And so I thought, okay, well, let's make it affordable. And we've been getting really good results, and really people are very happy with it. And I'm getting lots of good feedback that they're doing it. But then yet I talked to another client friend of mine just yesterday, and he said, man, Ralph, if I would have known you had products that cheap in the beginning, I probably wouldn't have worked with you. He's one of my one-on-one clients, and he's had some major changes. But he said, yeah, I always go for the more expensive stuff because it has the more value, the bigger stuff. And I'm like, I know. So I'm really considering upping my price on this. It's a priceless thing that I'm offering. It's my Abundance Awakening Mastery module. It's this way to really clear stuff in us, in you, that's in the way of your life, your abundance, your happiness, your health. And to not try to resist the thoughts or get out of them, but to go somewhere else so that those thoughts are gone. Because there's a place those thoughts are coming from. It's deep inside you, and it's connected to lots of thoughts. And by going to that, the truth really does lie within. But it lies. It tells you it's all this other stuff. So there's a way to clear it, but it takes a little work. And I've put it all together, and I'm adding more and more to it. So I'm going to be increasing the rate. I don't know for sure. I thought about having a deadline today, because the deadlines help people make a decision. But if you want this, it's really inexpensive right now. I want to get it to everybody, but if it's something that people don't value and they don't get, or people don't value and they don't use, it's not very valuable. So I want to really get this to you if it's something you might be interested in. So if you are, there'll be a link, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're watching or listening on the podcast from the website, ralphhavens.com/abundance awakening mastery. ralphhavens.com/abundance awakening mastery. And I truly hope you take a look and you do it. But you got to actually do it. So just like the saying, just do it. Now, if you want to take a look, ralphhavens.com/abundance awakening mastery. I'm going to go for a run, and I just needed to get this out to you before I started. And let's get out there and live. Let's really live. Bye now.